I'm Linda Simmons, and I live in a rural Nova Scotia, and I'm a women's empowerment coach. And what does that mean? That means I love helping women. I love helping women who are ready to step up and live life in their own way, whatever that means for them.
Awesome.
Came from a place of serious depression. I was actually contemplating suicide, and I was working through cleaning out my house so my husband didn't have to take care of that when I did my deed. And I came across this group of CDs. It was a set of CDs called Leveraging the Universe and Engaging Life's Magic by Mike Dooley. And I thought, I have nothing to lose. And I stuck them in the car stereo player, and I let them play while I was going back and forth to work. And that's what changed my world. It was that teaching from Mike Dooley that helped me understand that I create my world. Not any circumstances out there, not the losses I've suffered, not the place that I'm in, but my own inside place that creates my world. And when I got that, and I could understand that it doesn't matter what's going on out there. It doesn't matter that, I have a lot of debt and I don't know how I'm paying my bills, or that I've just lost my loved one. None of that really matters if I can stay in the right headspace. Of course, we're going to have times when we don't feel good. We have emotions that make us feel bad. When you lose someone you love, you're going to grieve. You will do. That's normal. It's normal to be sad, and it's normal to feel bad. And it's normal to go through all of those stages of grief, from the anger and the bargaining, and it's normal to do those things. But just because we're going through those processes, it doesn't mean we have to descend into a pit of despair.
Right.
So we can still feel all of our emotions. I was listening to something the other day, and it was so profound when this person said, and I don't remember who it was, it may come to me, but was talking about how we say, I am sad, I am depressed, I am happy, I am mad, I am angry. Well, no, we're not angry, we're not sad. That's not who we are. We can feel sad, we can feel angry, we can feel illness, we can feel all these things, but we are not those things. So when we can understand, it's so brilliant, so brilliant. When we can understand that we are not sadness, and we are not depression, and we are not anger, and we are not fear, and we're not any of those things. We're beautiful, complete, and worthy, and divine creatures. That's what we are. We're divine. And when we understand that, then we can feel sadness as a divine creature. We can feel fear as the spark of God, which is one of my favorite sayings, is let it be okay. Let it be okay that you feel sad today. Let it be okay that you're low in energy today. Let it be okay that you're feeling afraid of something. But don't take that in as who you are. There are resources in the community for mental health organizations and all of these places that you can go for mental health. But I think the primary thing is to be okay with where you are. Embrace where you are. I think that's where it has to start. It has to start with knowing you are not that depression, you are not that sadness, you are not that fear, you're not all of those things. You're just feeling those things, and let those be okay. Sometimes we need to go through that because our life is on a trajectory. And for us to be who we are going to be in the future, we have to go through what we're going through now. So it's part of the process. So wherever you are in your life right now, the first thing that you need to realize, I think, is you're not wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. it's not wrong to be feeling depressed. It's not wrong to be feeling sad. It's not wrong to be feeling afraid. It's not wrong. It's part of your journey. And we give ourselves permission for that, then we take away we talk a lot about stigmas, and we talk a lot about hiding our fear and our depression and all of these things that we don't want to share with the world, but we don't want to admit them to ourselves either, because somehow we think it's a failing, that we've failed, that we're bad people, or we're not measuring up somehow. So the first thing is just to be okay with yourself, to love yourself where you are. And then you can start to reach out to friends who are supportive, reach out to people who can listen without maybe trying to fix things. You know, we reach out to people and they will say things sometimes to us like, oh, well, at least it's not this, or at least, you know, you have a husband, or at least you have a family that cares. That is not helpful.
Right.
That's really not helpful to us. So we need to reach out to the right people. So we need to find those people, and maybe they're professionals, or maybe it's just a good friend who you can say, you know, I don't need you to fix this. I just need you to listen. I just need to say it. Because sometimes that's all we need to do is to say it. So start by reaching out, but doing it from a place knowing you're not doing anything wrong, you're not a bad person, you haven't made any mistakes. You're exactly where you're supposed to be in your life journey. Oh, I have massive goals for helping other women. I want to reach so many women and tell them how wonderful they are and how beautiful they are and how much their life means, and really to embrace that. You know, we're not all supermodels, and we'll never be, and we don't have to be beautiful, and we don't have to be thin. We don't have to be science degrees. We don't have to do anything other than be who we are, whatever that is. And I just really would love to reach as many women as possible and tell them they're perfect as they are, wherever they are. Whatever is happening in their life right now is fine. It's perfect. It's just the way it's meant to be. It may not be comfortable, but it's where it's supposed to be. And to let them understand, help them to understand that they're not doing anything wrong, that they're absolutely where they're supposed to be, and they're absolutely perfect exactly where they are. If you're in the place of really contemplating suicide, I know when I was doing that, I had moments when I thought I wouldn't do it, and I had moments when I thought that I would. And I think the thing that you can do is, when you're in one of those moments that you won't, that you're thinking you won't, write it down. Write it down that you will not, and make that a commitment that you will not do anything until you've spoken to someone who loves you dearly. Do not do it until you've spoken to someone who supports you. So, you know, I'm also a mental health coach, and that's part of a process of coaching people through a mental health, is to get that contract with them that says they won't do that until they speak with you. But if you're not working with a professional, then make that contract with yourself and a best friend. I did hint, which most people will do. And if you are living with someone who is depressed, or you know that is going through a very rough time, you have to be open and aware of those things. So my wish for the world is that each one of us, men, women, children, everyone, that we embrace ourselves, who we are. Like, I think that's what we need to do. And we can love ourselves, who we are, where we are, then we can love one another. And when we can understand the power that we have by loving ourselves, who we are, where we are, and knowing we're not making any mistakes, that we're exactly where we're supposed to be, then we can be compassionate to other people and understand that they are perfectly where they are, and they're not really making any mistakes either, because they're just doing the best they can with what they have from where they are in that moment. So when we can understand that we're all just doing that, then we can love ourselves, we can love each other, and we can be compassionate with the rest of the world.